Dog, ladies and gentlemen, it is me, Mr.Spinosaurus, coming at you with another video. Now, today's video is going to be about Godzilla, mainly, and King Kong as a side. Now, I just got to see the Kong movie today, Kong Skull Island, and it was a good movie. I feel like some things were a little bit bleh. Some things were left out that shouldn't have been left out, but I'll do a review on that later. Just to let you guys know, I am on spring break, which might mean more videos more frequently. Fuck that word up. But, yeah, guys. So, without further ado, let's get this started. Okay, so, Godzilla versus King Kong. It's a really huge topic within the kaiju fandom, and I'm going to be honest, I am not looking forward to it. I'm not. I think it's a little bit stupid to have a rematch like this, or to have a rematch at all, because, well, I mean, Godzilla, you can't really kill him, and you can't really kill King Kong, so what's the point? What's the point of doing all this? And how is it going to end? There's just too much ways to screw this up, and there's just too many ways this could go, and it just hurts trying to think of what might happen. Are they going to team up? Well, that's going to be hard, considering Godzilla is basically an animal and wants to do nothing but protect his territory. Are they going to kill each other? Well, once again, it's going to be hard to kill each other, because if one comes back in another movie, people are going to be like, wait a minute, didn't he die? And then it's going to be canon or non-canon, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just stupid to me. It's very stupid to have a rematch of King Kong and Godzilla. But that's not the main point of today's video. The main point of today's video is actually Godzilla fighting Rodan, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. So it is confirmed that Legendary did get the rights of Rodan, Mothra, and King Ghidorah from Toho, and they will be in the next Godzilla movie, which I believe, if all my sources are correct, is called Godzilla King of Monsters. And I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know what to think, because here you're putting two monsters that are basically shit. And for those of you that know Godzilla know what I'm talking about. It's Mothra and Rodan. They are shit. They are basically the lowest ranking fighters of the Godzilla world. And putting them in with these two bulking behemoths like King Ghidorah and like Godzilla, it's gonna be manslaughter for them, I think, if they do get into a fight. I'm not too entirely sure how that's even gonna go either. Are they going to team up? Because once again, Legendary Films is trying to make these kaiju more animalistic, more realistic, to where they only think about food, territory, reproducing, all that kind of stuff. Kong is really the only kaiju that we've seen so far that feels emotion, like feels some sort of human emotion and feels some sort of duty to protect the people of Skull Island, which is very, very typical, because in the real world, apes show a little bit more human characteristics and human emotions compared to other animals, such as specifically reptiles. And reptiles is basically what we're getting in Godzilla, besides Mothra, which is obviously a divine moth, but still. Um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting seeing all these guys fight and seeing what exactly will happen. But if I was to guess, I would say that Godzilla is going to fight King Ghidorah last. And Godzilla is going to fight both Rodan and Mothra and demolish them. And when I say demolish, I mean demolish. Because, I mean, they're frail. Because they fly. They're frail. They don't have as much bulk. And that's going to be their downfall. If Godzilla even gets a hold of them, they're basically going to die. But I don't think they will die. Because Legendary fought very hard to get the rights of these monsters. So I don't think they're going to kill them off that quickly. Or at all, mind you. I think Godzilla is just going to beat them up a little bit, show them mercy, and then send them on their way. You know, kind of like a warning sign. Just like, don't fuck with me. Because if you do, I'm going to kill you. Kind of thing. And I think that would be something that an animal would do. And, you know, it would fit. But anyways, on to what I think would be better. I don't think that we should have gotten Rodan. I don't think we should have gotten Rodan. I don't. And here's why. The only thing that I actually saw from Rodan that was good in any Godzilla film was him turning Godzilla into burning Godzilla. I think that is the one thing that I remember Rodan for. Anything else, I can't remember him for. I just can't. Because he's one of those monsters that always gets his ass kicked. Sure, he has like one or two good moments, but he always gets his ass kicked. And to put him in here with King Ghidorah, it's a little bit of a long shot. Now, I understand why they put Mothra in here, because in the original Godzilla films, Mothra was a divine moth. She was pretty much the equivalent of the Ghidorahs, so she was kind of like sent. I don't really want. It was kind of her job to keep the Ghidorahs in line. And I can see why they put Mothra in here with Ghidorah, because they have a history. But Rodan is just out of his element in here. And I know that they're trying to mimic the movie, what was it? Destroy All Monsters, or All Monsters Attack, or something like that. I know they're trying to mimic that, but it's not good. It really is not good. To me, it is not a good idea. So, yes. To me, it is not a good idea. What I would have preferred, instead of Rodan, I would have to say Anguirus. Anguirus. I would have loved to see Anguirus. Because he is by far my favorite, I'm going to call him demi-monsters. He was by far my favorite demi-monster. He was just the guy that you always felt bad for. Because, yeah, he got his ass kicked. But he got it kicked so fucking hard. Like, damn. Like, more than Rodan, more than Mothra. He was just a punching bag of the Godzilla universe. And I felt bad for him. But I feel like with a more scientific approach to these monsters, Anguirus would have been a real threat. Because he's actually something else. Like Rodan, he's just a giant pterodactyl. Who hasn't seen a giant pterodactyl in, like, some type of movie? It's iconic, and it's fairly lazy to me. But when I ask you, when have you ever seen a gigantic porcupine ankylosaurus? That's when people think, oh crap, well, there was Godzilla, and that's about it. So I think Anguirus would have been an amazing match for this. We could have had 2 flyers and 2 tanks, as I will call them. But anyways, Anguirus was not part of this cast, sadly. I don't know if they couldn't get the rights or something, or I don't know what happened there. But Anguirus, not in the movie. I feel bad, but he's not in the movie. Now I have a theory of how this is going to happen and how the movies will work. Because we all know that this movie is going to lead up to Godzilla vs. King Kong, which I still don't agree with, but hey, gotta take a sip. Okay, so what I think is going to happen in Godzilla King of Monsters. Godzilla is awake now. He's no longer asleep. He's no longer hiding. He's awake. He's active, and people are trying to monitor him. Monarch specifically. Monarch is trying to monitor him. And people all over the world know of his existence. People know about Godzilla. And they kind of leave him alone. They pretty much do nothing to him but monitor him, kind of like what you would expect in Godzilla the Animated Series. Not the one where he had laser vision. No, get that out of here. But I guess I should say Zilla the Animated Series. That one, where they kind of just monitor him, see what he does, see how he lives, see how he survives, his everyday life of Godzilla. I think that's what they'll do. And then they get just these random spurts of new awakenings from other monsters, other kaiju. And the main I think this is gonna be a recurring theme, that Godzilla is going to want to fight them, not because he wants to, or not because he's hungry or battle thirsty or anything like that, but because he's trying to protect his territory. That's the main reason why I think Godzilla would even want to fight King Ghidorah or Mothra or Rodan. Because that's the reason why he fought the Mutos, was to protect his territory. They were a threat to his territory. That's why he killed them. And that's why I feel he would attack Rodan, King Ghidorah, and Mothra. Now, a lot of you are probably asking, well, why doesn't he just go on a Kong Island and beat up Kong and take Skull Island? Kong Island? Well, it's because he doesn't know Kong exists. It's either that he doesn't believe Kong exists, or he doesn't know Kong exists, or he knows Kong exists, but he doesn't see Kong as a threat. And this could be because Godzilla knows that Kong can't swim. Because if Kong could swim, he would have swam out of that island by now. And I feel like Godzilla doesn't think Kong is a threat. Now, at least, since he's still growing. Or he doesn't think that he's a threat at all, because he's stuck on the island. I don't know how he's going to get unstuck from the island in Godzilla vs. King Kong, but hey. So Godzilla is going off to fight Mothra, Rodan, and eventually King Ghidorah. He beats Rodan first. He shows Rodan mercy, and he lets him go. Then he goes on to Mothra, beats her ass, lets her go. Because, assuming that Mothra and Rodan aren't trying to reproduce, he's not going to want to kill them. Because if he knows he can already beat them, then why kill them? So I feel like that's another reason why he killed the Mutos was because, hey, if I don't kill you guys now, there's going to be 3 of you, and then there's going to be 4 of you, and then 5 of you, and then 6 of you, and then I'm going to have to fight a whole fucking army of you. So might as well just kill you now. But that probably is not likely for Mothra or Rodan. Mothra, I don't know, because she might have her larvae, but they might also, like, they're said that there was only supposed to be one divine moth in the world. So maybe they can work in that Mothra species dies when she lays her eggs. Or something. I don't know. But, yes. And, anyways, after Godzilla demolishes Mothra and Rodan, he fights King Ghidorah. But King Ghidorah ends up being a little bit too much for him. And that's when I think that Mothra and Rodan will kind of come in and help a little bit. They won't, like, kill him, and they won't do anything major. I think they'll just get King Ghidorah off Godzilla, while Godzilla can finish the job. Now, this could be because of a common enemy, and like I said before, Godzilla is not going to want to team up. But when other people team up with him, then he kind of really doesn't have any choice, you know? And maybe he can just, like, roar at them, tell them, hey, back off, this is my kill, he's mine. And then he fights and maybe wards off King Ghidorah or kills King Ghidorah, something along that line. And I think that would be cool. And then we get the King Kong versus Godzilla movie. I think that's how it's going to end up. I think that'd be a good way to end it up. To finish it off, too. Just a theory. But, that's how I think it's going to go. Don't know if I'm right, but hey. Don't know what that was. So, yes. So, what do I think is going to be after King Kong versus Godzilla? Well, probably, if I were to guess, it'd be another Godzilla movie. Because, to me, the only reason Legendary even made a King Kong film was to reenact the Godzilla vs. King Kong. That, I think, is the only reason. And they didn't want to... I don't think there is anything to get Kong further. Because King Kong was always that movie that was just like, okay, we got one movie, it was pretty baller, now it's time to set it to rest. And I think that's one thing that... It's good to reboot something, just for nostalgia's sake. It's good to reboot something and just have it there. But you can't make anything more of it, especially when it's Kong. Because when it's Kong, just, what are you going to do? Because the original Kong, he fell in love with a blonde, he killed a few dinosaurs, got to New York, and died. After the fight with Godzilla, I don't see Kong doing anything else. I just don't. Maybe he's under monitoring. Maybe he's still on Skull Island or something. I just can't think of any more plot to put into King Kong. I just don't, unless they make him like fight Godzilla monsters. That could work, I guess. All if I know. But yeah. That's what I thought. I just don't see Kong going anywhere else. But yes, that's what I thought of the little end credit that we got from the Kong movie. That's what I think will happen in Godzilla King of Monsters. There's just really nothing more to say. I want you guys, however, to put down in the comment section below what you guys think will happen in Godzilla King of Monsters, and what you think, how you think this Godzilla versus King Kong thing is going to come out. Because I'm very interested to hear your guys' side of this. I have my opinion, but I want to hear your guys' opinion too. But yeah, guys, I'm fuck that one up. But yeah, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video and you're new to YouTube, I swear I fuck up my outro every single time. If you guys like this commentary and you're new to the channel, please leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Love to read your comments. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. But yeah, guys, I'm Mr.Spinosaurus, and I'll see you all next time. I'll be the same.